first I'm gonna start out and just saying, man, I did somewhat of a deep dive in the tight end draft this year, guys coming out, um, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of the evaluation on some of these tight ends, I think, are wrong. I do, as far as like how they have them rated. This is me coming from my professional opinion. Mine may not be as cachet as Marcus's, but I'm just going to give you my opinion in itself, okay? My lonely position on here. In feeling that some of the ratings they have some of the tight ends, I think is misguided and just wrong. I just do. But this guy right here, Mason Taylor, for me, just kind of watched him in the combine, what he was able to do out there on the field at LSU. Him having the pedigree, of course, from his father, his uncle, Zach, as well. He's been around football his entire life, and he understands what it takes to play in the NFL. So I think that gives, for me, a nod as far as being able to have a guy like this on the team if we decided to go get one. He has a lot of ability, very athletic. He catches the football outside of his frame. He can make some guys miss. He can run over you, if you will. He's very physical as well. So he's willing to block in the run game. But he has the length. He has speed enough to make things happen. He can get open, catch hands, man, zone. He understands those windows. I think more so than anything else, what brings a guy to the NFL, what happens is his intelligence. And I think also, too, his passion and his mindset. He will get that and understand everything what it's about from his family, from his father, from his uncle, from, all the people he's been around. He knows what it is. He knows what it takes, man. And so for me, I like him a lot. I think he would fit well into our offense, what we can do. If Travis wanted to take this young guy right here and teach him a few things, how to be, more elusive in his routes and possibly getting open against man, he could definitely do it. He would fit well, especially with, Patrick getting the ball to him, probably talking to him a little bit. Andy kind of getting in his head somewhat. Noah Gray, Jared Wilder, and those guys, kind of ingratiating him into what we do offensively. I think he would really fit well. So Mason Taylor, to me, man, is an incredible athlete that plays this position. So I like him a lot. So fire away, y'all. What y'all think?
I'm a Mason Taylor guy. I think I've seen what rounds of him going to like rounds, two to four is kind of where I've seen a lot of the experts have him going in. I think 2 would probably be on the higher side, but definitely around 3 guys where I've kind of seen him generally at. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I want an Arroyo. He's probably number 2, number 3 on my list of tight ends I would want. You talked about during the season, was kind of towards the end of the season, that you said when we going forward, we're kind of missing that that blocking tight end guy that we had a couple of years ago in what's his name? Blake Bell. We didn't have that this year. And what did you see from him as far as you said he was a decent blocker? Does he provide something that we don't really currently have in the room right now, as far as besides Kelsey? Forget about Kelsey, but as far as the other tight ends, would he instantly be maybe the second best blocking tight end on the team already? Or he's got the kind of the willingness to do it? And you think he could be that guy?
He's got the willingness, moxie, man, to come in and probably be the better blocking tight end. He could go in line. You could put him anywhere. That's the thing about it. I think once you learn like the aggression that you need to play in the NFL and understand what it takes, I think it helps out tremendously. I think it helps out a lot. So he could definitely come in and block in the NFL. I have no issues with that whatsoever. But you see him. He's a physical player. He loves playing physically. And so if you're thinking about, blocking defensive ends, going up to linebackers, can you put him in the backfield? He could do all those different things. He's athletic enough, man, that you could move him around. But without a doubt, man, I think he fits the mold of things that we do need here, Marcus. And so, like you said, Blake Bell, we don't have a guy. We haven't had a guy here like that. I would say Travis, man, of course, and then Noah are 2 best blockers. Noah's doing the best that he can out there, but the big guy like this, now you can put Noah in the routes more so anything else and have him be the lead up blocker, have him on the line of scrimmage doing the majority of the hard and heavy lifting. But without a doubt, I think Mason Taylor has learned a lot from just watching and being around football all his life. When I hear him in interviews, he gets it. He absolutely gets it. There's a number of tight ends actually on this that's coming out that have some NFL bloodlines and pedigree. And that's the thing about it. I think when I look at those guys, you could tell a huge difference of what those things mean. How much he'll be able to benefit, but also the Chiefs, man. Seriously. And I enjoy Joy Taylor. She's done a good job of talking to him and understanding as well. She'll help him out, I think, in the media aspect of it. You know, he carries himself really well. She's very proud of him. The whole family's very proud of him when they talk about him. And then some. So Delmonte Green Beans, I did want to mention our auntie. There you go. A nice look on the sideline. So
that's true. She would fit in with the celebs that we have.
Yeah, no doubt.
Teja, I know you said that you're not the biggest fan of the tight ends in this draft. I do know you mentioned Mason Taylor to me before I even knew he was Jason Taylor's son. Tell me about what are your thoughts on Mason Taylor? I know you were initially a big fan of tight ends in this draft.
I love Taylor. I think it'll be a second. I think you'll go in the second. So it'd have to be a pretty high, maybe early third. We have to get him with our first third round pick. I think he won't make it to our late third. It's a pretty high investment. I just think it's he's quick. He's got good hands. He's tough. I mean, he did line up a good amount. He did mostly in line, but he flexed out in the slot. He took reps on the outside. Good route runner. He's good at leaning into his defender, create separation. He caught a lot of bad balls at LSU. I'm not dogging the quarterback. I'm just saying he just did. He was able to catch the bad balls. Not a burner by any means, but functional speed. And he's smooth at running his routes. He knows how to decelerate a little bit. Pretty good with the ball in his hands, too. He can make defenders miss. He's not a mauler, so, I mean, he definitely wouldn't come in and be our best blocker, but he's got a good recognition of, screening defenders. So he knows how to kind of be a functional blocker without being an animal out there, right? Just a good, reliable, just really consistent, reliable target. His comps, I saw 2 Dallas Goederts, and I saw 1 Tucker Kraft. I definitely see the Tucker Kraft. Goddard's a little bigger. Isn't Goddard 6? Is he 6'6", 6'7"?
Who's that? Taylor?
Goddard. Goddard's a little taller, right?
I think he's 6'5".
Is he 6'5"? Hey, he looks taller than that.
Yeah, it's that long head. That Joe got a long head on him too, boy.
Yeah, he does, right? Because he just looks really tall out there.
He takes his helmet off. It's like it keeps coming. I'm like,
he's got a long neck, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, man. He's coming out. He's young. He's coming out as his junior year. 6'5", 251, 32 and a quarter inch arms, 10-inch hands. I mean, when you look at his stats, they said production score is 76, athletic score is 80, total score is 80. He's right up there, man. And I have him actually over Arroyo. I do. I like Arroyo, but I think he is a much better, well-rounded tight end than Arroyo is. Arroyo's not. He's another one that
I think he's got a much higher floor than Arroyo for sure.
Absolutely.
I think Arroyo, you want things to work out in your favor when you're drafting him a lot more. Whereas I think you know a little more of what you're getting out of Taylor. The ceiling could be higher for Arroyo if you could put it, but you're talking about putting it all together, right? I think Taylor has got it more put together already.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude said he has a 5 head, not a 4 head. But no, I do too. So kind of with that, we were talking about Kelsey right? Helping to develop a younger guy. He can help his game develop into the NFL tight end
Sure.
that that we want to see. Right? He'd fit right into exactly the best possible scenario of somebody that could carry the torch for Travis Kelce. I mean, what better than, like I said, a guy that's been around the NFL all his entire life, so he gets it. He understands it, man. I think it's a big thing. I think it's a huge thing.
Yeah, and also too, like that's one thing we kind of go with, right? I mean, Mahomes, that was a compelling spot of him coming over. His dad was, a major league pitcher, in the limelight, right? They're not like, it's not going to be a shock to him. He's been around his entire life, so he knows what it takes to be in the NFL for as long as his dad and his uncle. So like, that does play a good factor. It's a great thing.
Yeah. It's not too big for him.
No.
I think coming into it all, Taylor's a long-term NFL player in this league.
Yeah. I think of all tight ends, I would agree with kind of what you guys said. It's like he is kind of the can't miss, where it's like he's going to be a solid tight end. He may be a Pro Bowler, he may not be, but he's never going to be like, oh man, I can't believe we drafted that guy. It's like, oh, it's always going to be like that's a great pick that we had, and yeah, he does have that kind of written all over him. So
yeah, he you could pencil him in for 50 balls a year, definitely.
Yeah,
and just being a solid guy every time, just calling his name. So
hi everybody, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.